This is a live presentation of the Ticats Audio Network. Are you ready? Ticats football is on the air.
Touchdown, Tiger Cats! Caught it! It's a touchdown!
Number 17, Luke Tasker, what a catch!
Now the voice of the Tiger Cats. Here is RJ Broadhead with analyst Luke Tasker.
Great to have you with us. Tiger Cats in Ottawa, just in time for the coin toss. Tony Gabriel is doing the coin toss, and here it is. Tom Valesi, the referee.
It is a tail.
Tiger
You
Cats.
want the ball? Which end would you like to kick from? As we are.
Great flip. Great, man. I'm going to send you 21 jersey.
Receiving. Have a great game, gentlemen.
Tiger Cats are going to receive. And that'll be a chance for Matt Schultz to get started. And we've talked about it a lot this week, Luke, on the Ticats Audio Network, on all the shows, you and I on Ticats this week, that Matt Schultz was really playing some great football, some great quarterback before he got injured. So then he had 2 months off. And he came into the game late against Ottawa last week and looked really good.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, after 2 months off, he came in his first play and threw a great completion down the field. And that's kind of the... We talked about the defensive line for Hamilton, young, green, and kind of have a chance tonight. That's a storyline. And then it's Matt Schultz is who my eyes are on for the Hamilton offense and what he can come out there and do in this last game of the season. He's closing in on 1,000 yards passing. I mean, it's been an interesting year for him. And he was playing, I think, he was playing as high a level as quarterback play as there was in the league before injuring his hand at the midpoint of the season. And we'll see if both Dane and Schultz can both be healthy entering the playoffs. That's another asset for the Ticats to have.
Absolutely. And on Tiger Cats game day with Courtney Stephen, you brought up a really good point that Matt Schultz had a great chemistry developing with Tim White. Tim White won't play. He's the Tiger Cats nominee for most outstanding player. And I'm going to throw in a secondary most outstanding player for the Tiger Cats, and that's David Beard. He is the center. And since he has been a starter for the Tiger Cats, they've gone 4-1. So often the offensive line gets not talked about if everything's going well. But How about that addition? And it's really helped the Tiger Cats record.
So they've gone 4-1, and also in those 5 games, they've only let up 4 sacks. So he made a difference when he stepped in. And Alex Fontana had to miss the remainder of the season because of injury. But they made a move to get a veteran guy in his 7th year in the CFL, and he made a difference right away. And along with Brandon Revenberg, who is the Ticats' most outstanding offensive lineman for the year and well-deserved, those 2 guys, though, have really turned it around. This is absolutely a different offensive line as far as production and as far as the makeup of those 5 guys and the actual people on the field than they were back in the summer. Back at the beginning of the season, that was a struggle. You think back to those first games. When the Ticats traveled out west, it was ugly. There was 8 sacks that were let up early in the season in one game, and now they've turned it around.
It's a beautiful late afternoon in Ottawa. The sun's starting to set. Lawrence Woods on the kickoff has a great return. He'll bring it up just short of the Hamilton 50-yard line. So very good return for Lawrence Woods to begin this football game.
Ottawa coverage teams have the best opponent kick return yardage in the league. They've covered down their kicks very well. Of course, Lawrence Woods is one of, if not the best return man in the league.
Yeah.
And there he goes right off the bat, giving Matt Schultz a really great starting field position.
Matt Schultz starting at quarterback. Dane Evans listed as the number 2. Jamie Newman, the number 3. And Wes Hills is back in the lineup for the Tiger Cats. And it's actually Felix Gauthier who gets the handoff and goes for a huge run down to the Ottawa 40. And it seems whenever Felix Gauthier touches the football, good things happen.
That's great. Little play action there. Wes Hills with the fake handoff. I mean, it's Matt Schultz Tommy Condell giving him a chance to get out of the pocket, get on the move right away, and sort of have a half-field read. Really nice little check down to Felix Garon-Gouchier, and for a beautiful first down. Now they're into Ottawa territory just like that.
On the Redblacks, 43. Matt Schultz, play action. Now looks for Wes Hills out of the backfield. Completes. He's wide open on that far sideline. It's another first down right near the 30-yard line. The Tiger Cats keep it rolling with an active Green and Ross first down.
Well, they're averaging 14 yards in offensive play right now. 2 short passes out of the backfield. Yeah, really. 2 for 2 for Matt Schultz. And this is just a really efficient drive so far. They're down inside the Ottawa 30 after a beautiful return and 2 huge plays.
A pass to Felix Garon-Gouchier for 18 yards. A pass to Wes Hills for 14 yards. And now the Tiger Cats are on the Ottawa 29-yard line. The sun is in the face of Matt Schultz. They're in white with gold pants going from left to right. Another fake handoff, and Schultz calmly spots Wes Hills, gives a stiff arm, and gets down to about the 25-yard line. The ball came loose, but he was already down by contact.
Boy, you're right. It was calm the way Matt Schultz just did it just right. I mean, he faked the handoff and just kind of was walking back into the backfield, but I believe it was Lorenzo Malden was right there behind him, and Schultz smartly got rid of that draw just at the very last second there for at least a positive gain. And now you got a 2nd and 6 here as you're trying to keep this first drive, which has been very successful, alive.
On the Ottawa 25, Matt Schultz back to pass. Now he has to roll to his right. He's under pressure. Gets to the 30. Throws on the run. It's complete to Terry Godwin. He's down to the 1-yard line and just can't get into the end zone. His 2nd reception of the season almost turned into a touchdown, but it's another first down presented by Active Green and Ross. The Tiger Cats keep it rolling.
Really nice job by Matt Schultz. He's patient, gets out of the pocket when he feels it collapsing, but keeps his eyes downfield. Boy, I thought Terry Godwin was going to slip through there into the end zone. Either way, you got a first down at the 1.5-yard line, but I'm impressed with Matt Schultz so far.
And that sun is actually behind the Tiger Cats, so the receivers looking back are looking right into the sun. That turned out to be a more difficult catch than it originally seemed. Ball is on the 1-yard line. Jamie Newman comes in for the quarterback keeper. It's a touchdown. Jamie Newman back in the lineup, and he gets another touchdown, his 4th of the season, and that is an impressive opening drive for the Tiger Cats.
Wow. One of the best opening drives we've probably seen all year, and it's game 18. I mean, that's really great. And for guys to be filling in here on the offensive line, receiving core, and of course at quarterback, a lot of plays being made out there. Not one negative play on that drive. Everything was positive. A lot of first downs. Really impressive efforts.
That 1-yard touchdown dive for Jamie Newman, his 4th touchdown of the season, was driven by Enterprise Rent-A-Car. So a great start for Matt Schultz. He goes 4 for 4 on that drive for 60 yards. The only rush was Jamie Newman's from 1 yard out for the touchdown. And the Tiger Cats' most outstanding special teams player and most outstanding rookie, Seth Small, steps up and makes the convert. It's a 7-0 lead for the Tiger Cats.
Yeah, really amazing. I mean, you didn't really have, any lag there, and a couple passes out of the backfield, so it's sort of that sort of run game by pass game kind of thing. But still, that was a perfect drive for Schultz.
So the offense looked good for the Tiger Cats. We'll see what this young defense can do against Ottawa when we come back. It's 7-0 Tiger Cats on the Ticats Audio Network. Terrific start for the Tiger Cats in Ottawa, trying for a 4th straight win before entering the playoffs, and that will be next week in the East semifinal in Montreal. The Alouettes won their final regular season game in Toronto against the Argos, so making a bit of a statement there, but a little bit like this game, a lot of players getting a rest. Ryan Davis on the kickoff return will get just across the Ottawa 25-yard line. There is a flag.
Seth Small handling the kickoff duties tonight with Blake Hayes taking over the punting.
Unnecessary roughness. Hamilton, number 49. 15-yard penalty. Automatic first down.
That's tough. I mean, he covered that kickoff really, really well. And now they're marching down, and you're giving Ottawa effectively the same great field position that your offense was able to start with at the start of the game. And those special teams penalties, Coach O referenced it this week in the Coach O show with Luke Tasker, just the impact that can have. And for a defense to start off by backing up is always a tough thing to do.
Unnecessary roughness, Ottawa 49.
Okay, I was wondering because Trey Crawford is going to be starting on the defensive line for the Tiger Cats and to be on special teams. So
there's a nice little 30-yard swing for you.
And the ball had actually moved on the field, so now everybody has to march way back.
So let me flip that. When the defense gets to start off by walking forward towards the Ottawa goal line, that's a nice feeling. And now they're on the Ottawa 14. Wow.
Okay, and the sun right in the face of Caleb Evans. The history made for Evans last week as he got his 15th touchdown, most by a CFL quarterback in a season. A lot of them have been just the 2-yard variety, maybe 1-yard variety. Pass here to Justin Hardy, who passed Shaq Williams for 4th on Ottawa receiving this season. He is pushed out of bounds at that far sideline.
Nice, kind of taking the same approach as the Ticat offense there with the passes out of the backfield to start the game, and both teams with great success. This is a 2nd and 1 opportunity for Ottawa.
Simone Lawrence made the tackle. Ottawa up to their own 23-yard line, taking a lot of time here in the huddle. Caleb Evans letting everybody know the play. And this all-rookie defensive line for the Tiger Cats on a short yardage. Tiger Cats bulk up on the line, and Caleb Evans initially looked like he was going to be short, but he kept the legs moving and squirted out the right side and will fall forward enough for the first down. Coming into this game, the quarterback sacks title seemed to be on the line for the Tiger Cats, with Julian Hauser, Malik Carney, Micah Johnson, all with 7 quarterback sacks. All 3 of them not playing, getting a little rest before the East semi.
Well, that probably goes to show what the coaches think of stats and who cares who's leading what. I mean, that's obviously not on Orlando Steinauer's mind.
Absolutely not. Winning the East semifinal is, a snap, bobbled by Evans. He quickly picks it up and hands it to Brendan Galanders. That's his first carry of the season. And the veteran out of the University of Ottawa is able to get very close to a first down.
Well, so much of an effective run game is about timing and your ability to hit the line with the correct rhythm with your offensive line and with the way they set blocks. And when that snap was fumbled there by Evans, and you think that's a great chance for that Hamilton defense to get a jump, but boy, no dice. That was a nice run there.
Another short yardage situation here for Ottawa, and diving ahead once again is Caleb Evans, and he will have enough for the first down. So Ottawa inching ahead, get another fresh set of downs. Up close to their 40-yard line now. This drive started on their own 14.
Lots of changes in the Hamilton defensive lineup this week, like we've been discussing. And Lawrence Woods is out here at field corner right now, and he'll be continuing to take the return responsibilities that have been his for most of the year, but more of a workload for 37.
He's been a reliable tackler on special teams as well. Not only a good returner, plays on both sides of special teams. Evans fakes a pitch, scrambles to his right, throws, and it's incomplete along that far sideline. R.J. Harris just tried to keep a foot in bounds and make that catch, but it was too high. He couldn't do it. It's incomplete.
Will Sunderland in coverage there, who's playing boundary corner. Jamal Roll would normally be found over there, along with Seontae Evans at times, and really a pretty good throw to the back shoulder, but Harris just can't adjust, just a little bit outside.
Sunderland spent a couple of weeks on the practice roster getting an opportunity here. 2nd and 10 from the Ottawa 37, and Caleb Evans is going to keep, and he's up to the 45. Needed to get to the 47 for the first down. Doesn't look like he got it, and looked like he got hit pretty hard too.
Trey Crawford was there to make the stop, and he was close. Caleb Evans, you almost wonder if he just would have put his shoulder down and dove past that what was his own 45-yard line, he might have been at least close enough for the short yardage. This is a third and 2. And they've got their punting formation out on the field now. Kind of a miss there by Caleb Evans, I'll say. I think that was he could have gotten that first, or at least put them in position for another short yardage.
So a couple of yards short, and Redblacks are going to punt. Richie Leone, no problem, gets the punt away. And Lawrence Woods, Brnishoff playing on the corner on the field side. Won't get much of a return here, only a few yards up to the Hamilton 30-yard line. And that will bring the offense back on the field. Matt Schultz looked great on the first drive. We'll see what he can do next. 6:34 to go in the first quarter. It's 7-0 Tiger Cats on the Ticats Audio Network. Coach O, he stayed with it, never, ever wavered. The team never wavered. There were some tough stretches in the season, some injuries, some games that probably should have been won, but they're in. The Tiger Cats have qualified for the postseason and trying to win here in Ottawa in the final regular season game. That would give the Tiger Cats a 4-game winning streak. They'd be the hottest team going into the postseason. Here's a handoff to Wes Hills, and he looked like he was going to be taken down to the backfield, breaks the tackle, and winds up with about 5 yards on that carry.
Good, strong run there, and Wes Hills, a couple great games late in the season, missed last week, and he's already showing up tonight. The first drive caught a handful of passes out of the backfield, and that's the first true run. And he got 5 yards, what could have easily been a no-yarded gain play.
Wes Hills prides himself in not letting that first tackler take him down. Matt Schultz, it's a 2nd and 5, Hamilton 36, another completion to Terry Godwin. He's across the 40, and it's enough for a first down. Presented by Active Green and Ross, the Tiger Cats keep it rolling.
They were in a 2nd and 5 there. Ottawa came up and was pressed across the board, cover 10, man for man with a free safety. I saw a few Ticat receivers win on their releases there. I saw Tarnowski with a nice inside release, and then Terry Godwin coming across the middle with a very, very nice catch. That ball was thrown by Schultz pretty hot. It had a little speed on it, and good job by Godwin, pulled in.
Godwin had 1 catch in his previous game, already has 2 today in Ottawa. Matt Schultz gets the snap from the shotgun, doesn't take a step, and he completes the pass to Stephen Dunbar, who was running toward the middle of the field, and he's brought down just short of midfield. The Stephen Dunbar watch is on for 1,000 yards, came in just 31 yards short of that.
Illegal contact, Ottawa number 20. That penalty is going to be declined. The result of the play is a first down.
Well, we're pretty early on here, RJ, but we're watching one of the best offensive performances of a first quarter for sure. There was that strange stat throughout the season. To be honest, it might still be true. I can't remember how last week progressed, but Hamilton hadn't won a game if they had won the first quarter for an extended part of this year.
Yes.
But this first quarter is certainly going their way.
I have the answer. Last week was the first time.
There we go.
It was the 5th time they won a first quarter. It was the first time they won a game after winning the first quarter. Matt Schultz throwing deep down the far sideline. Anthony Johnson kind of got spun around, but he was covered pretty well over there by Brandon Dandridge. The ball goes incomplete.
First incompletion for Matt Schultz, and yeah, you got to be careful not to dig too far into some of those stats. I mean, I'm willing to call that a coincidence that they lost every game where they won the first quarter in, but still.
Last week.
Until last week, yes. Till they broke that trend last week, but tonight's first quarter is off to a great start. This 2nd and 10 conversion would be a wonderful addition to that first quarter.
Yeah, don't rain on this first quarter. Just over 4 minutes to go in the first quarter. 2nd and 10 now for the Tiger Cats, just on their side of midfield. Matt Schultz throwing again, this time to the near sideline. He intended it for Stephen Dunbar. It was too far ahead. He could not make the catch, so a couple of incompletions will lead to a punting situation for the Tiger Cats. And that brings in Blake Hayes for his first CFL punt. He is an Australian who went to the University of Illinois. And watching him in practice, Luke, when he gets a hold of it, he is a magnificent punter. Beautiful high spirals. Let's see what he can do here. His first punt in the CFL, Blake Hayes standing on his own 40-yard line. Gordon White, the long snapper. Perfect snap. And the left-footed kicker. A beautiful kick, way down to the 5. And that's where Davis picks it up, and the punt coverage team just as good as the punt. Gordon White, the long snapper down there, looked like he might have been the one to make the tackle. And just across the 10-yard line is Ryan Davis. So again, Ottawa will have tough starting field position. There's 4:25 to go in the opening quarter. 7-0, Tiger Cats lead. You're listening to the Ticats Audio Network. Big weekend for the Hamilton Sports Group. Caretaker Bob Young is in Ottawa. Of course, the Tiger Cats playing their final regular season game. Certainly not final game. They'll be in the playoffs next Sunday in Montreal. We'll have that game for you on the Ticats Audio Network. Forge FC playing for the CPL title tomorrow in Ottawa. Caleb Evans throws to the right, and it's complete to Justin Hardy, and he's tripped up by Trey Crawford.
Wide receiver screen set up on either side there for Caleb Evans. He chose his right there, and Cam Kelly was in perfect position to make that play in the backfield, but kind of played the ball a little bit too much and then allowed for that 6-yard gain, but it was close.
Cam Kelly, one off the interceptions lead in the CFL. He has 5 this season. 2nd and 4, Ottawa on their own 20. Caleb Evans under pressure, so he drops way back. He's back at his 5, his 4, and finally throws this football way out of bounds, getting rid of it. And that will bring up a 3rd and 4 for Ottawa.
Simone Lawrence was, they were 15 yards in the backfield, still chasing after Caleb Evans, who ended up on the ground. I was thinking for a second we might see a flag thrown, but clearly it wasn't worthy of a penalty. And great drive by the Ticats defense, leading the league in 2-and-outs forced. And there's another one.
Tiger Cats have done a great job forcing teams to punt, and that's dangerous when Lawrence Woods is back there. Lawrence Woods standing on his own 45. Leone's punt, it's good. It'll push the Tiger Cats back to their own 40, and returning the kick, I believe, is Terry Godwin. It wasn't Lawrence Woods, it was Godwin who got up to the Tiger Cats 50. So Godwin getting an opportunity to show what he can do. Already has a couple of receptions. We'll take another break. 2:19 to go in the opening quarter. Tiger Cats still lead 7-0. This is the Ticats Audio Network.
This week on the Ticats Audio Network.
The answer is no, and that's not because that's what you're supposed to say. Like, we have an opponent ahead of us. We still need to prepare like it's a meaningful game and go out there. You can't play scared. We're not going to be able to rest everybody. This isn't, everybody on the practice roster gets to play.
Orlando Steinauer on resting his starters today is heard this week on the Coach O Show with Luke Tasker on the Ticats Audio Network. If you have a question for Coach O, email gameday@ticats.ca. Always an entertaining show with you, Luke, and Coach O. A lot of good insight. Coach O opens up to you, and you're able to give that inside the dressing room feel and some great football stories.
Well,
so
he's
great
been
job this year.
Well, thank you. He's been great. It's a joy to talk to him and to get his take on how the season's progressed.
Matt Schultz hands off to Wes Hills, and he's hit right at the line of scrimmage, but his forward momentum gets him about a yard and a half.
That last punt there by Ottawa prior to the break, Leone hit a great kick, and you're right, it was Terry Godwin who's returning, and so that's interesting. Lawrence Woods, the third's going to get a little bit of a break, he'll as he handles the field corner responsibilities, but you thought that was an opportunity for the Ticats to start in Ottawa territory, but great job by the punt coverage unit for Ottawa.
Now a 2nd and 9, Hamilton on their own 51 on the far hash mark. Motion for the Tiger Cats. Schultz drops back to pass. He stays in the pocket. Pressure's there. And the Redblacks have him surrounded. They have Schultz down. The sack. Cleon Lang is able to bring down Matt Schultz. And we'll see Blake Hayes out to punt again for the Tiger Cats.
Yeah, that was a perfectly timed blitz by the Ottawa front 4 and the linebacking core. They brought 6. It was cover 10, man coverage with a free safety. Everybody else is in the blitz, and they bring it from their crossing, and they bring it from depth at that linebacker position, and they did a very good job. Matt Schultz really had no time to get his eyes downfield.
Blake Hayes on his own 32-yard line. Second time he's out to punt. First CFL game for Hayes. He's been on the practice roster the whole time. This one end over end, and it'll bounce at the 21-yard line and roll down to the 17. Ryan Davis stutter steps, and he gets maybe to the 18. He tried to run laterally and then cut upfield, but could not do it. And this punt coverage team by the Tiger Cats has allowed the fewest return yards, and again, magnificent here.
Well, Blake Hayes is 6'6", 225 pounds. That's a big body for a punter. And that first punt he had 2 drives ago was a booming punt down to the 5-yard line. I think that he actually mishit this punt. I think it was a directional left punt that went off the side of his foot. You can see Keandre Smith, the gunner, had to put on the brakes and change course to come back and cover it down to his right side. Still a great job to make the tackle.
And kind of worked out. Ottawa has to start from their own 18.
Yes.
Caleb Evans rolls to his right, throws to his right, completes it to Justin Hardy, cuts upfield. He'll get a first down before Kyle Wilson is able to bring him down. Wilson in at middle linebacker for Jovan Santos Knox, who will finish the season as the Tiger Cats' leading tackler, but he's getting this game off. We are through 1 quarter in Ottawa. Redblacks have the football, but the Tiger Cats have the lead. That opening drive by Matt Schiltz culminating in a Jamie Newman quarterback sneak from a yard out. That's all the scoring we've had in the opening quarter. Second quarter action from Ottawa coming up. It's 7-0 Tiger Cats on the Ticats Audio Network. Great to have you with us on the Ticats Audio Network. Tiger Cats in Ottawa. They lead after a quarter, 7-0. And Ottawa continuing with the football just off a first down. They're up to their own 32. Caleb Evans fakes the handoff, keeps it himself. He'll cross the 35 and get close to the 38-yard line.
Valentin Noir on the tackle there, and one of the young guys who's getting in on the mix in the front 4 for Hamilton, and this would be a great second and out again for them. Ottawa has just been backed up the entire night. They've started on their own 14, 14, and 18. Hamilton's been on their own 49, 31, and 50. I mean, the ball's been played on Ottawa's side of the field for the whole start of this game.
Ottawa looking good on this drive. This one started from their own 18. They're up to their 37-yard line. A 2nd and 5 here for Caleb Evans, who's getting the start. And he's bouncing in the pocket. Now he's flushed out of the pocket, and the pressure's coming. He gets rid of the football and almost caught by Siosi Mariner, but he was rocked just as the football got there, and he could not hang on.
Caleb Evans threw that ball probably into an area that he shouldn't have, and obviously just falls incomplete, but it actually bounced off of a Ticat defender, prior to even getting to the intended receiver. Simone Lawrence then putting a little extra hit on in there too. Another 2 and out for the Hamilton defense, though. Really great job early on in this game.
Yes, Luke. Mason Bennett very close to a sack. Kyle Wilson got an arm on it. Mariner might have made that catch, but Wilson going in for the tackle. And Richie Leone, fake punt. He passes. It's complete. Out past midfield, down to the Hamilton 50. It's complete to Antoine Pruneau. And Richie Leone, who knew he had an arm like that? Pretty good for a punter.
Antoine Pruneau, I've been watching him be the guy on fake special teams plays for years for the Redblacks. He does a great job. He plays on all the special teams units, and he's the guy they can count on for that and have for many seasons. Well-timed and well-executed. And I take it back. No 2 and out for the Hamilton Ticat defense.
That is a 23-yard play and a perfect spiral from Richie Leone.
Pretty nice throw, yes.
Under pressure. So the trickery works for the Redblacks, and Brendan Galanders gets the handoff. He'll get down to the Hamilton 45. This drive continues for Ottawa.
Good job. Big smile on his face on the sidelines, Leone, after the perfect throw.
He's trying to get in the mix for the starting quarterback job in Ottawa.
Might as well put your hat in the ring.
Big play by Leone on the fake punt. completes the pass to Antoine Pruneau, 23 yards, keeps this drive alive, and now Ottawa down to the Hamilton 45. It's a 2nd and 5. Caleb Evans back in at quarterback, has an open receiver. It's Ryan Davis, and he tries to dive forward across the 40. They're going to say he's got the first down. That second effort was enough to get that first down.
Yeah, Lawrence Woods, the field corner, trying to close the gap there, but nice reception. And like you said, he sort of stayed on his feet after the initial contact and stretched for that first down. Ottawa putting together a nice drive here.
No huddle here for the Redblacks. It's a fake handoff. The pass goes to the left. The fake handoff went to the right. The pass to the left to Hardy, and it's another completion, and he'll be just a couple of yards short of another first down.
A special teams play like that, a fake punt to keep a drive alive, it's not just an additional set of downs. It gives you a little bit of boost. The sideline gets energy. It's the play that you've been talking about for weeks but haven't been able to run.
Empty backfield here for Ottawa, and Caleb Evans completes the pass. It's caught by Keaton Brudlick.
And then just
Another
like
first
that,
down.
the team starts feeding off of that energy from that successful fake. And here they go down to the Hamilton 25 on what is their best drive of the game, hands down so far.
Tiger Cats lead 7-0. Just over 11 minutes to go in the second quarter. And Ottawa Redblacks have put themselves in a pretty good spot on the Hamilton 25. Fresh set of downs. Young defense for the Tiger Cats. The starting defensive line, all rookies. The starting corners for the Tiger Cats, rookies in this game. Caleb Evans looking for the end zone, throwing to his right, and it's triple coverage. Wow. And going up to try to make the catch was Siosi Mariner. I think he got a hand on it, Luke, but he could not haul it in. It goes incomplete. Well, the Tiger Cats, Woods, Kelly, both there.
Oh, exactly. A mix of Tiger Cats there. And you're right, RJ. I think he had this right in both his hands, all surrounded by Tiger Cats, and it just couldn't bring it down. Might have been Carriel Brooks who had Richard Leonard who had the last tip on, or last play on it, but wow, he had a chance at it.
So Evans went for it. They came close. It's still 7-0 Tiger Cats, 2nd and 10 from the Hamilton 25. Caleb Evans gets the snap, throws immediately, and that is complete to Darvin Adams. His first catch of the game, and he'll be very close to the first down. Needed to get to the 15. We'll see where they spot this. Might be a little short.
They'll run their short yard. If they don't give them the first down, they're going to run their short yardage. They want a touchdown here, and this is a very, very tight third down if they don't give them the first.
Looks like it will be third down, but you're right, Luke. This is just inches. Tiger Cats lead 7-0. Under 10 minutes to go in the opening half. Tiger Cats scored that touchdown on their opening drive. Hasn't been any scoring yet. Tiger Cats dig in, trying to stop the Redblacks. Caleb Evans, third time this game in short yardage that he has converted. And the Redblacks keep the drive going. And it will be 1st and 10 from about the 13-yard line, so the Redblacks could potentially get a first down without a touchdown. Nine minutes and 11 seconds to go. Tiger Cat player on a knee. Can't see the number right now.
Boy, just really impressive job by the Ottawa Redblacks to take the risk and go for that fake punt to get it done, and then they've moved the chains multiple times since then and carried the clock in this second quarter. Putting together, now kind of finding themselves on offense, pulling out of their own territory. They've had difficult starting position, and now they're threatening in scoring territory, and they have a first down here.
We'll take a break. As Ottawa, you said it, Luke, they're in pretty good spot with a first down, 9-11 to go. Tiger Cats lead 7-0, but Ottawa is on the move. We'll be right back on the Ticats Audio Network. And we're back, and the ball snap, Caleb Evans, quick throw to his right, and there's the gang tackling. It's Sunderland, Adeleke, Simone Lawrence, Cam Kelly's there, Kyle Wilson, pretty much the whole defense over to bring down Darvin Adams right around the 10-yard line.
Yeah, they all got over there. Nice wide receiver screen to Darvin Adams there.
There is a flag.
Unnecessary roughness. Ottawa number 54. 15 yards will be applied at the end of the play. It'll be second down.
Costly, man, costly. And that's the kind of things that have kept Ottawa from coming out on top so many times this year. You know, that it's just little things like that, stopping this drive short, and now they're looking at what's going to be second and 25 here, back almost to their own 30. They're on their 25-yard line, I should say. Tough, and that's the first time that the Ticat defense needed that. This has been a really great drive for the Redblacks.
So officially second and 22. Evans started to run to his left. Now he goes up the middle. Now trying to cut to his right. Simone Lawrence dives, can't bring him down. And following up, making the tackle is McKinley Williams, who spent a couple of weeks on the practice roster and makes a nice tackle, tracking down Caleb Evans. McKinley Williams wears number 40 for the Tiger Cats. 6'4", 285, rookie out of Syracuse. So it will be a Tiger Cat lead unless Ottawa's got something else up their sleeve. This drive kept alive by a fake punt, and Richie Leone made a great pass to Antoine Pruneau. It's a field goal attempt for Lewis Ward from 29 yards out, and did that graze the upright and went through. So dangerously close to a miss, but it is good for 3 points. Lewis Ward gets the Redblacks on the board, but the Tiger Cats still lead with just under 8 minutes to go in the half. It's 7-3 Hamilton. We'll be back on the Ticats Audio Network. Tiger Cats, the hottest team in the CFL right now. 3 straight wins, trying to make it 4 straight wins as they get set for Montreal next Sunday in the East semifinal. Same matchup as last season. We know how the Tiger Cats made it through the East. They're on a roll now. Matt Schultz complete to Stephen Dunbar Jr. He's across the 50. It's a first down presented by Active Green and Ross. The Tiger Cats keep it rolling.
It's been a while since we've seen this Hamilton offense on the field. That was a really long drive by the Redblacks that for them, unfortunately, they couldn't put it into the end zone. But Dunbar Jr., just a great job. He's low into the outside. He catches that, double crosses the ball to make sure he's secure, and then just puts his shoulders down to get the first.
Stephen Dunbar 10 yards away from his first 1,000-yard receiving season in his second season with the Tiger Cats, and we know last year was a shortened season, so it was tough to get there. Here's a handoff to Wes Hills. There's a big gap, runs to his right. He's across the 40 and finally brought down into Ottawa territory. Massive run by Wes Hills. The Tiger Cats keep it rolling with an Active Green and Ross first down.
Wow, I mean, the best thing about that is how quick the exchange was in the backfield. It almost looked like a quick play action handoff, like a fake handoff, but he had the ball and found space immediately. Just a really impressive execution. Great downfield blocking, too, by the receiving corps.
Tiger Cats, couple of plays, and they're in Ottawa territory on the Ottawa 38. Matt Schultz wants to pass again. He's looking deep down the near sideline. Anthony Johnson! He had it for a second, but couldn't make the catch. He was right down at the goal line. It was tight coverage. It's incomplete.
Boy, Matt Schultz has been taking some shots now. Tommy Condell's dialing up some opportunities to make some big plays downfield. I think this is a well-placed ball. Not an easy catch by any means, but Anthony Johnson adjusted to it on the outside and had a chance to pull this in. Probably would have turned it into a touchdown as well. Wow, I mean, it was even better than I described it. I mean, that was right in his gut there, and what a beautiful throw by Schultz. Unfortunate incompletion.
Still on the Ottawa 38, second and 10. Schultz standing in the pocket, waiting for somebody to open up. Has to check it down to Wes Hills, and he battles through another tackle. He'll get across the 30. Looks like the Tiger Cats are going to be just short of the first down.
That was so huge, the way that Wes Hills just caught that ball and put his shoulder down. I mean, he was giving his team a chance to put out their short yardage, and they're going to settle for the field goal here. But that play could have easily been an incompletion and really could have been a sack in the backfield. I'm just really impressed with Matt Schultz right now and the way that he's finding players downfield. That should have been a touchdown throw right there. One play ago, but he's controlling the flow of this game and giving his team a chance, and everybody as a Ticat is protecting the football right now.
This is a 37-yard field goal attempt for Seth Small. He's the Tiger Cats winner of most outstanding special teams player, most outstanding rookie, and he's hit most of his field goals this season, including that one from 37 yards. Seth Small hits his first field goal of the night, and it's 10-3 for the Tiger Cats with 5:04 remaining in the opening half. We'll be right back on the Ticats Audio Network. Seth Small could finish the season with the best field goal percentage in Tiger Cats history. 2015 Justin Medlock. Ottawa with the football. Evans completes the pass to Darvin Adams. He's got some room. He gets across midfield. He's across the Hamilton 45 and brought down just short of the Hamilton 40. Redblacks starting to move the ball a lot better in this second quarter.
Yeah, great play to Darvin Adams there. And now they're going to start hurrying up here and taking advantage of the time they have left.
After that 29-yard gain, right back to Darvin Adams, and maybe got that one back to the line of scrimmage, but it was a throw to the right, and Tiger Cats were on him quickly.
I like that style of play call there. You get a player who hits an explosive play, hurry to the line, and put it right back in his hands in a different way. Obviously great, well done by the Hamilton defense to cover that down, but Darvin Adams is one of their playmakers, and you've got to give each guy like that a chance to make plays in each game.
So that is a loss of 3. 2nd and 13 for the Redblacks from the Hamilton 44-yard line. Motion, the snap to Evans. That's that first wave. The Tiger Cats go past, and it's an incompletion. I thought for a second Cam Kelly had intercepted that, but he couldn't come up with it. Kelly did break up the pass, though.
Looking for that interceptions lead. If he could find an interception in this game, Cam Kelly.
He has 5 on the season. That leads the Tiger Cats. And he wasn't far off. He dove to his left, got in front of Ryan Davis to knock that ball away, got a hand on it. Would have been a miraculous catch had he been able to do it. Lewis Ward is going to try a field goal here, and this one is from 51 yards, and it's good. So going into last week against the Tiger Cats, Lewis Ward hadn't hit a field goal above 50 yards. And back-to-back weeks, he's hit field goals over 50 yards. And that keeps Ottawa close. It's 10-6 for the Tiger Cats. We're close to the 3-minute warning. It's 3:28. Luke, I want to go back to the Seth Small. If he doesn't miss a field goal, he'll finish with the best field goal percentage. But these kickers get all the credit. How much credit needs to go to the holder? Because we go back to 2015 and Justin Medlock.
He had one heck of a holder.
Yeah,
that
that's
year.
What I remember. That's what I remember.
It was you. Oh, there you go. Yeah, of course. No, it can be a thankless job. Matt Schultz takes the responsibility for this Ticat team and does a great job with it.
So the best holder in Tiger Cats history so far is Luke Tasker. We'll see if Matt Schultz can pass that. A pass here by Schultz again, intended for Anthony Johnson, just out of his reach, but looked like he was open.
Boy, I thought a couple Ticat receivers had a step on their man running downfield. I just like the aggressive play call. There's no lack of, taking shots in this passing game so far.
This will be the last play before the 3-minute warning. Tiger Cats lead 10-6. Beautiful evening in Ottawa, the sky a bluish pink. Redblacks have not won at home this season. 0-8. Matt Schultz, 2nd and 10 from the Hamilton 40. He drops back to pass, throws over the middle. It's complete. It's caught by Terry Godwin, running to his right. Stops on a dime, cuts back to the left. He's across the 50. It's a first down presented by Active Green and Ross. The Tiger Cats keep it rolling. And Matt Schultz has a little something going with Terry Godwin in this game. 3rd reception for Godwin. We're at the 3-minute warning. There's 2:35 to go in the half, and the Tiger Cats lead 10-6. We'll be back on the Ticats Audio Network. We would like to take a moment and thank our radio station partners for carrying Ticats football on their airwaves.
Saga 960 in Mississauga, City News 570 in Kitchener, AM 900 CHML in Hamilton, where Rick Zamperin follows the broadcast with the fifth quarter, and 1430 Seajoy in Guelph.
Thank you for the partnership, and we'll be on the air next Sunday at noon with the East semifinal on these fine radio stations and the Ticats Audio Network. Listen.ticats.ca. That's all you have to hit. Ticats.ca for all the Ticats Audio Network or those great radio stations. Great partnership. It's been a fun season. Lots of
It sure has.
entertaining football. And there's more to come. East semifinal next Sunday. 2:27 on the clock, and the clock is running. That's all that remains in the opening half. Tiger Cats lead 10-6. Matt Schultz has the Tiger Cats over midfield. Another deep pass, and it's just tipped away again. Intended for Terry Godwin. A good defensive play by the Redblacks. It was Douglas Coleman who knocked that one away, but this Schultz-Godwin chemistry seems to be heating up a little bit.
And we talked about early in the season when Schultz took over this offense, Tim White his production increased as well, and he obviously had a great season, not in the lineup tonight, but Matt Schultz and Godwin with the connection here, and again, moving the ball downfield in big chunks. And it's not perfect. They've got incompletions out there, but they are making it count and moving the chains when they need to.
Matt Schultz, a 2nd and 10, throws over the middle again. It is caught across the 40, down near the 35, and Tyler Turnowski makes his first catch of the game, and it's a first down presented by Active Green and Ross. The Tiger Cats keep it rolling.
Well, the first drives early in this game, Matt Schultz was finding his checkdowns out of the backfield with great production, and the ball was moving, the chains were moving. Now this is your 5 wide receivers spread out, and this ball is being caught past 15 yards. Really an exciting offense to watch.
Now down to the Ottawa 36-yard line. It's a handoff to Wes Hills, and he bursts through the middle of the defense, and he'll be across the 30, down to the 25, and the Tiger Cats keep it rolling with an Active Green and Ross first down. Wes Hills, big run.
Really close to staying on his feet, too, and had he done that, you never know. It's down to the 25. He could have been gone, but just a great run, and I love how Wes Hills is getting through that line of scrimmage so quickly.
Down to the Ottawa 25. It's another handoff, and working for those 3 yards is Wes Hills, and he had enough energy afterwards to help the defender, Kenya Onyeka, up. Don't see that from the running backs very often, helping the defensive lineman up.
Yeah, it's a physical game down in there, and he's still Wes Hills talking with some of those Redblacks right now, so it's not all friendly in there, but we've been talking about David Beard, RJ, and the impact he's had. Not only has their record win-loss increased and gotten way better since he showed up, sacks allowed has gotten way better, and their run game has also taken off along with Wes Hills' production. It's just been a really great second half of the season for that crew.
Wes Hills, 41 yards rushing in this opening half. Pass to the right. It's complete to Stephen Dunbar. No, they're going to say that's incomplete. He was tackled immediately by Brandon Dandridge, and the ball popped loose. And that would have been close to 1,000 yards for Stephen Dunbar, but he couldn't hang on.
Boy, they had Sean Thomas Erlington out of the backfield, moving to the left along with the quad set of receivers there. What that happens is you end up getting a matchup with a guy like Sean Thomas Erlington, who's a really good receiving running back. He can catch out of the backfield really well. They had him on a crossing route against Avery Williams, the Mike linebacker. I thought that they were going to connect there for what would have been a huge gain, probably a touchdown.
Seth Small from 30 yards. Matt Schultz the hold, the kick just inside the right upright with a few feet to spare. It's another good field goal from Seth Small, and that puts the Tiger Cats back up by 7. It's 13-6 with 1:03 to go in the opening half. Seth Small had 5 field goals last week. He's 2 for 2 so far tonight in Ottawa.
I would say one little thing missing from this Ticat offense right now. I think you've had a few drops, incompletions that are sort of questionable. I think some of these could have been pulled in by some of the Ticat receivers, and while they're still putting together a decent game, you're looking to finish these drives in touchdowns, not field goals. And I think they've been there just inches away on a number of deep throws.
No Tim White in the lineup. He's getting the night off. He'll finish as the Tiger Cats' top receiver for a second straight season. Caleb Evans trying to make something happen late in this opening half. R.J. Harris makes the catch. He's across the 45, almost to the 50. There is a flag.
Major foul, roughing the quarterback. Hamilton, number 49. 15-yard penalty, automatic, first down.
Bad time to get that. With this 56 seconds left on the clock, you know, the Redblacks were flirting with field goal range. You end the drive after that catch right there, and you never know. Your offense has a chance to drive down the field. Well, that penalty alone brings Ottawa very close to field goal range if they're not in it already.
Ball's on the Hamilton 45-yard line. Luke mentioned 56 seconds to go in the opening half. Tiger Cats lead by 7. Caleb Evans spanked a pass. Cutting across the middle was the receiver, Siosi Mariner, but he couldn't make the catch. And he was hit just as he dropped the ball by Lawrence Woods. Pass was a little bit behind Mariner.
It was. I thought he was going to pull that in, but it was also cover 0. So Caleb Evans has no time. He has to take his drop, set his feet, and throw the ball somewhere. And so it's a really good job by Evans to find Mariner on his slant route to his left, but man, just a little bit off there. Ticat defense, good job with the rush and forcing that quick pass.
2nd and 10 from the Hamilton 45.
Another cover 0 they're lining up.
And the ball is snapped to Caleb Evans, and a couple of flags are on the field.
So you saw before that was blown dead, Simone Lawrence showing the blitz but dropping into that low coverage.
Procedure, Ottawa number 54. 5-yard penalty, remains second down.
It's a couple of penalties. The 7-year veteran Jacob Ruby on the offensive line for Ottawa. I was thinking if they didn't get the first down, they might try another field goal from Lewis Ward. Seems to be kicking well. That would have been a season long, but now they're pushed back to the 50. 2nd and 15 for Ottawa. Under a minute to go in the opening half. Tiger Cats lead by 7. Evans trying to keep this drive going. That's Caleb Evans. Of course, Dane Evans is the backup quarterback for the Tiger Cats tonight. It's a completion to Justin Hardy, and he is tackled by Ciante Evans back at the original line of scrimmage, so about a 5-yard gain.
Yeah, Ciante Evans back on the field now, as is Lawrence Woods. So they're just sort of cycling, rotating some of those guys in the defensive secondary, but we'll see what they are lining up for the field goal here, which will be another 50, 51-yarder. He's already hit one this game, Ward has, but important points. This drive was meaningful, and penalties back and forth, but for Ottawa to grind out 3 more points if they can make this field goal, that's not meaningless.
Looks like a 50-yard attempt for Lewis Ward. The kick is up, and it's good. Lewis Ward, with 3 field goals in the opening half, has kept Ottawa close. They have not won at home this season, but it is a close game. 13-9, Tiger Cats still lead, and there's 23 seconds to go in the opening half.
Tough here. You'd love to be able to drive down and return, you know, punch for punch and get a field goal yourself here. 23 seconds does not allow much time to move the football. You know, reasonably, RJ, you've got to get, I mean, at least 20 yards would put you to a 57-yard field goal, and that's a big kick.
Well, we know Seth Small can do it.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, at least you'd let him try, right? And of course, they're going to take the knee here and just end the half out.
Seth Small has hit 4 from over 50, including a 57-yarder and a 58-yarder. That's the longest kicked in the CFL this season. So the clock is running, and Matt Schultz will, in all likelihood, take another knee here, and the Tiger Cats will head to the locker room with a halftime lead. And the ball is snapped, and there's the knee, and that's the end of the opening half. And the Tiger Cats looked really strong on their opening drive. They took that in for a touchdown, a couple of Seth Small field goals, and they lead 13-9.
Yep, and even the drives where they've settled for the 3 points, they've put together some impressive plays. I like how West Hills is impacting this game, both catching out of the backfield and, of course, running the ball. And I think Matt Schultz is doing a great job. Both teams are protecting the football well, so you don't have the turnover battle playing a part of this yet, and they got to continue to do that in the second half. But Matt Schultz and Tommy Condell, I think they've got a nice little game plan going here. Again, I'm going to go back to that receiving core to really come out in the second half and make all the plays that go their way, and try to get some touchdowns for this last half of the season.
Of the regular season.
Correct.
Yes, playoffs next Sunday in Montreal, East semifinal. Still a half to go here in Ottawa in the final regular season game for the Tiger Cats. They lead Ottawa 13-9. Tiger Cats at the half with Bubba O'Neill and Andy Fantuz is next on the Ticats Audio Network. Great to have you with us on the Ticats Audio Network. About to begin the second half. Tiger Cats lead 13-9. Orlando Steinauer is head coach of the Hamilton Tiger Cats. Only knows how to make the playoffs and only knows how to take a team to a Grey Cup. So
that's right.
Into his third season, we'll see if
back at a chance again.
Yep, if they can do it again. We know they're in the playoffs. Have to travel to Montreal. That will be tough. It's going through some of the statistics. So close with the Alouettes. In fact, if the Alouettes had a loss against Toronto and Hamilton won tonight, they'd be tied for points in the East Division. So that'll be a great battle next week in the East semifinal. Still some work to do here for the Tiger Cats. The return for the Redblacks, they get across the 40. Hardy's brought down, I think it was Stavros Katsantonis who brought him down, who's the leading special teams tackler for the Tiger Cats.
Yeah, and I'm pretty, excited that Ticat coverage unit there, but really a great return, 43-yard line to start off their second half here. So Ottawa, chance to drive down there first, and they had to settle for field goals in the first half, but some offensive success. I mean, they had put together a couple good drives, of course, spurred on by that fake punt for what was their best drive of that first half.
And you bring up the field position, Luke. This is the best starting field position for Ottawa in the game. Caleb Evans runs to his right and throws it at the feet of Darvin Adams. Simone Lawrence was right on the bank of Adams and that number 1 on his black Ottawa sweater.
Will Sunderland was in coverage in that boundary there, and great job by the secondary for the Ticats. Caleb Evans was working with his feet to give himself time, but there was really nothing going for him downfield, and great 2nd and 10 opportunity for the Ticats.
Redblacks in all black with the red trim, the Red Sox. Tiger Cats wearing white tops, gold pants, and the black helmets and socks. Caleb Evans, there's a completion this time. He does complete it to Darvin Adams, who stretches, trying to get to the 50. He'll be just short of that, and Ottawa's going to bring on their punt team.
Most 2-and-outs forced by any defense in the CFL, the Ticats. And when you start off a half, I mean, that's like literally that's what they're saying in the locker room at halftime. Mark Washington has them in there saying, go out there. They're Redblacks get to receive. Start this second half with a 2-and-out. Well done.
Will Ottawa punt? What do you think? Richie Leone last time had a great pass to Antoine Pruneau. They wouldn't do it again, would they?
I don't know. It might as well, honestly.
Ottawa playing for
great kick.
Next season, Leone, we saw a great pass, and just like you said, Luke, it's a great kick at about the 13-yard line. Looks like that's where the Tiger Cats will start. And are you surprised, Luke? Dane Evans is running out on the field to be the quarterback for the Tiger Cats.
I am surprised. I would think that Dane knew this was going to happen. I don't think at halftime they said, hey, you're going to get some reps now. I think that they were prepared to split time, but I am surprised. Dane was, at the end of last week's battle against Ottawa at Tim Hortons Field, he was dealing with some upper body injury. Looked like his hand got banged up, but clearly they trust his health enough to go out on the field here. And I don't know, interesting. They want to see both of them play tonight.
We're starting field position of the game for the Tiger Cats. They'll start from their own 14. Play action to Sean Thomas Erlington. A pass, a hard pass, and it's hauled in nicely by Stephen Dunbar Jr., who is closing in on 1,000 yards. This one should put him very close.
Yeah, great throw by Dane there to start off, and that's the kind of catch by Stephen Dunbar Jr. that we talked about at the end of that first half. Those are the kind of catches that this receiving corps has to come up with.
About a 9-yard play. That would put Stephen Dunbar 1 yard short. And Dane Evans, he'll do the quarterback keeper in the short yardage, and he does get the first down. Stephen Dunbar at 999 yards receiving for this season. So close to his first 1,000-yard season, the sophomore receiver for the Tiger Cats.
Had that strip for the defensive touchdown from Ottawa at Tim Hortons Field, and we've seen him be involved in this game, kind of shoring that up. We saw some great ball security from him as he turned upfield for the first in that first half tonight, and exactly what you're expecting from Dunbar Jr.
Dane Evans throws to his left. It's Sean Thomas Erlington, and he will run across the 30 to 35, brought down just shy of the 40-yard line. The Tiger Cats keep it rolling with an active Green and Ross first down.
Well, of course, Sean Thomas Erlington, he adds in every opportunity he gets. Rushed over 100 yards last week, and now he catches one out of the backfield. And for years, he's just been a guy who does whatever Tommy Condell asks him to do in his offense.
Dane Evans did not play in the opening half. Sean Thomas Erlington did not have a touch of the football in the opening half. Both have been significant on this opening drive for the Tiger Cats in the second half. Tiger Cats lead by 4. On their own 38, Dane Evans under pressure, trying to scramble, and he doesn't dive. He's brought down pretty aggressively on the play by Trey Hornbuckle, but Dane seems to be up and okay. He'll get a few yards on that quarterback keeper.
Pocket collapsed pretty quickly there. That was a great job by the Ottawa Redblack front four, not giving Dane time to set up. Lorenzo Malden got in there very quickly, and now it's a 2nd and 9 with a chance to keep this drive going. Dane Evans first of the night. It's been pretty good so far, RJ. This would be a big second down.
Dane Evans 2 for 2. He's going to be passing again. No, he can't get rid of the football, and he's brought down. The ball pops loose, but I believe Dane Evans was already down. And the pressure from the Redblacks. Hamilton will have to punt. There is a Tiger Cat down.
Dane Evans does have, athletic tape on his throwing hand thumb, and that is what was bothering him at the end of the Ottawa game last week. And they're gonna have to punt this away with third and 12, but he is sort of gingerly, handling his right thumb as he gets off the field. And I don't know, RJ, the whole thing is interesting. The fact that we see him out here and the fact that that's clearly still bothering him a little bit. You got to wonder what Orlando Steinauer and Tommy Condell's plans are for this next playoff game next week in Montreal. And if Dane's thumb is still an issue and Matt Schultz is playing well, I'm sure there's still question marks there.
Well, and Dane did not look comfortable with that right hand leaving the field. And more bad news, Tyrone Riley, the left tackle, rookie out of North Carolina State, who's been part of that offensive line that has really been cohesive in allowing the run game, protecting the quarterback, and he left the field. Looked like a player might have rolled over on his leg, but he was getting off under his own power, but didn't look very comfortable. So tough drive for the Tiger Cats. Blake Hayes, the left-footed punter. A high kick into the Ottawa night sky. Ryan Davis gets it to his own 25, gets to the outside, jumps across the 40, and he's out of bounds, and a flag comes flying, maybe a couple of them, as Ryan Davis gets a good return for Ottawa.
It'll be a block in the back here against Ottawa. This is going to come back. Big kick there by Blake Hayes, and again, it's hard to cover that kick that's so deep down there. Good space for the return, but penalty will bring it back.
Tiger Cats lead 13-9. We're in the third quarter. We'll be right back on the Ticats Audio Network. Ottawa. It's a handoff to Brendan Galanders. He'll get across the 25 and get up to the 28-yard line for the Redblacks. 9:35 to go in the third quarter. Tiger Cats lead 13-9.
Ticat defense, the best against opponents' rushing yards on first down, and another good stop here for a gain of 3. And this would again be a really impressive second down if they can get the Ottawa offense off the field.
And they should be strong against the Ottawa running game. Brendan Galanders hadn't had a carry all season. He has 3 in this game. Pass over the middle. It's incomplete. Richard Leonard in coverage, and Justin Hardy could not make the catch. So we're seeing a lot of the punters early on in this third quarter.
Man, back-to-back 2-and-outs. It's tough for an offense. You start to really lose. You feel like you're losing your grip on the game when you just can't stay on the field. And to twice this third quarter has started off with back-to-back 2-and-outs, and the Hamilton defense, you can see Richard Leonard as he sort of skips off the field after that breakup. They're feeling it, you know. Yep. You really start feeling great about your ability to stop that offense, and it's hard as an Ottawa Redblack to figure out what you're doing when you don't get any opportunities.
Richard Leonard with his 9th knockdown of the season. Richie Leone, high punt.
Wow.
Terry Godwin back at his own 25. He'll backtrack a little bit and get across the 35, and finally brought down. A lot of lateral running for Terry Godwin, finally brought down, and Dane Evans is coming back on the field. We will take a break. It is 13-9 for the Tiger Cats. We're in the third quarter in Ottawa. Stick around. We'll be back on the Ticats Audio Network. Thank you to all our listeners. I'd like to give a shout out to Mary and her family in Guelph. They've started a new Ticat game day tradition, turning the TV sound off and streaming the broadcast on the Ticats Audio Network.
Nice.
I like that. I don't know
That's
why.
great.
I really like that. Oski Wiwi from beautiful Rio Dulce, Guatemala, with 25-degree Celsius weather. That's Jim. Jim, enjoy it. It's pretty nice in Ontario for late October. And Rudy and Owen Sound asking if Luke is going to be the next to make a comeback. Rudy wants to know. I want to know. Are you coming back, Luke?
I have not gotten that call yet, but my phone's on.
Wide receiver screen out to the right to Terry Godwin, who continues to have a strong game. The Tiger Cats rookie is across the 30-yard line and will be very close to a first down.
So we have gotten word that the plan was from the start that all 3 quarterbacks will get some time tonight. And, well, there you go. So Dane Evans leaves the field there now, and Newman comes on, number 14 for the Ticats. We've seen him a little bit throughout the year, and he's going to take over this drive after that completion there on first down by Dane.
Dane Evans went 3 for 3, 32 yards. Jamie Newman, who has a touchdown in the game, battling against Avery Williams, the leading tackler for the Redblacks, and the short yardage. He should have enough. And there's the nod. So the Tiger Cats keep it rolling with an active Green and Ross first down as Jamie Newman is able to move the sticks.
And now Dane Evans comes back on the field, which is Dane, for the most part, Dane has stayed on for his short yardage in the second half of the season. So I was thinking,
right.
I was thinking Newman was going to stay on there and run the offense, but whatever. Everyone's going to get on the field tonight, and they're going to give all 3 quarterbacks a chance to perform before the end of the regular season here.
With Dane and his right hand taped up a little bit, probably wise to have Jamie Newman do the short yardage.
True.
So Dane Evans perfect in passing on his 3 passes. He'll hand off, and it's Sean Thomas Erlington, breaks through the left side, keeps going, gets outside the numbers, running along the sideline. He's across midfield and finally pushed out of bounds. Sean Thomas Erlington, a couple of touches in this second half have been enormous. Tiger Cats keep it rolling with an active Green and Ross first down.
He's patient. He lets the blocks develop and then gets the outside great stiff arm to the ground to get the first down and more. It's just impressive how many different ways Sean Thomas Erlington adds into each game.
That run was for 25 yards. Caught a pass for 14 yards. And the Tiger Cats are into Ottawa territory. Fresh set of downs from the Ottawa 52. It's Godwin again. And he's across the 40, the 35, the 30. Now he's trying to do it all himself, make a couple of moves. He's got some blocking help, but all the defenders have caught up. And he'll be brought down at about the 22, 23-yard line. It's another first down presented by Active Green and Ross. The Tiger Cats keep it rolling, and there is a late flag.
After the play, major foul, Hamilton number 64. 15-yard penalty.
Wow.
Be a first down.
15 of that work by Terry Godwin's going to have to come back. There was a lot of stuff going on downfield. He stayed on his feet for so long what happens is the rest of the 23 people on the field catch up, and so there's linemen 30 yards downfield blocking in the open field. Nasty things can happen. And Brandon Revenberg, I was wondering if this flag, I saw him, shoving and pushing way down the field, and yeah, Coulter Woodmansey just with one shove too late there, and unfortunately takes that back 15 yards.
It's a long way for the big man to run. Can't stop that quick.
That's right.
So, Tiger Cats are on the Ottawa 37. It is a first down. Dane Evans throws to the right, diving to make the catch, but no, they'll say that is not a catch. Stephen Dunbar Jr., that would have put him over 1,000 yards, but they wave it off immediately. It's incomplete.
Yeah, it would have been a nice catch, but you also just want your receivers to pull these in. Those low outside catches that keep drives going, and another look at it, it's the kind of ball that you want your guys to get. And now you're faced with a 2nd and 10, that negative 15 yards, a dropped pass, and all of a sudden your drive is on the verge of being stopped if you can't convert this second down.
No scoring in the second half so far. We're in the third quarter. 13-9, Tiger Cats lead. Dane Evans under pressure. He's running around. He's going to keep it, and he slides a little bit shy of the 30-yard line, but he needed to get down to about the 27 for the first down.
So they did get into Seth Small territory with that drive. Chances to put some points on for the first time in this second half. And Seth Small, of course, he's, like we've discussed, he's got the best percentage of a Ticat kicker in franchise history right now. And this kick here would solidify that even further.
Seth Small has made from 37 yards and 30 yards. This one will be a 40-yard attempt from Seth Small. A couple of awards. And by the way, happy birthday to Seth Small, his 23rd birthday today. 40-yard field goal attempt, and you can't get that much more down the middle. It is another successful field goal from Seth Small, and the Tiger Cats are back up by 7. First score of the second half goes to the Tiger Cats, and it is 16-9 with 4:44 to go in the third quarter. This is the Ticats Audio Network.
Hi, this is Dane Evans from the Hamilton Ticats. Now back to Luke and RJ.
On the Ticats Audio Network.
We weren't sure if we'd see Dane Evans in this game. Matt Schultz played the opening half, went 10 for 16, 130 yards passing. Dane Evans has come out in the second half, gone 4 for 5, 63 yards, and led to another Seth Small field goal. Seth is 3 for 3 in the game. Tiger Cats lead 16-9. Ottawa back on the field, started from their own 40. Caleb Evans scrambles to his right, and he had Justin Hardy open, but he underthrew him. It one hop to Hardy, and it's incomplete.
Matt Schultz, by the way, needed 209 yards passing this game to get 1,000 yards passing.
That's right.
And, it's a surprise to me what they're sort of experimenting with all quarterbacks in this last game of the regular season. But obviously, Tommy Condell and/or Orlando Steinauer have something they want to still see.
And you said earlier these coaches don't care about stats.
Not at all. Obviously, that's out the window. And of course, Stephen Dunbar Jr. is still flirting with that 1,000-yard receiving mark.
Just over 4 minutes to go in the third quarter. The clock is running. Another 2nd and 10 here for Ottawa. And the Hamilton defense has been good in this second half. Evans airing it out. And it was a foot race. Darvin Adams almost behind coverage, but the speedy safety, Tunde Adeleke, the Tiger Cats' most outstanding Canadian, was right with him, and it's incomplete in another punting situation.
Really great again with a 2-and-out from the Hamilton defense. I mean, their second half has just been dominant, and that was a cover 0. They're kind of just saying, we're going to play aggressive. We think our guys can make the plays. They're putting on the pressure, and it's working.
Richie Leone, he's had some really good punts in the game. Probably his best play was the fake punt and the pass. He's punting the football once again. And drifting back is David Ungerer this time. Takes it at his own 16, and the Redblacks are on him immediately. It was a lot of work just to get to the 19 or the 20-yard line.
Well, with the defense playing the way that they are right now, this Hamilton offense just needs to take a breath and just move the ball methodically down the field. They did a pretty good job of that in that last drive, giving Seth Small a very reasonable field goal make here. And now they got another chance deep in their own end.
Dane Evans back on the field. Ticats up by 7. We'll be right back on the Ticats Audio Network.
This week on the Ticats Audio Network.
That's super lit right there. Obviously you want to, play your best every week and put your best, effort out. So, that's definitely dope,
That's Tim White being told live on the podium that he was the nominee for Most Outstanding Player in the CFL, the Tiger Cats nominee. He won that award for the Tiger Cats, and that was with Louis Butko on Ticats Today. Every weekday, new content drops on the Ticats Audio Network. Back-to-back seasons for Tim White, where he's the Tiger Cats' leading receiver in passing yards. He also leads the Tiger Cats in touchdowns this season with 8. He's not playing in this game. Rest him up, get him all set for the East semifinal. Stephen Dunbar Jr. is at, he's got his 31 yards, so he is at 1,000 yards receiving. They added a yard. Earlier he had 30 yards receiving, and he needed 31, and now they've got him at 31. So congratulations, Stephen Dunbar.
Yeah, well done.
Hoping it would be more dramatic. Sean Thomas Erlington, he's been effective. There's another run up the middle and runs into the heart of the Ottawa defense and gets a gain of 3 or 4. Just over 3 minutes to go in the third quarter. Tiger Cats come into this game. They've won 3 in a row. Hottest team in the CFL. They'd love to close the book on the regular season with another victory. That would give them 4 straight wins heading into the East semifinal. Dane Evans, 2nd and 7. Hamilton on their own 22. Bouncing on his feet, looking for somebody open. A pump fake, finally throws to the right, and there's nobody there. It's incomplete. And that will bring on the rookie punter, Blake Hayes.
Dane certainly has been rushed a little bit more than Matt Schultz was in the first half, and there's all kinds of factors that play into that, from the pass protection, of course, to then the rush from Ottawa. But on that play, he did have time and was moving around in the backfield, but just kind of great coverage there by the Ottawa secondary, and an unfortunate 2-and-out for the Ticat offense.
Blake Hayes will be tested here, the Australian punter, rookie out of Illinois. He's been on the practice roster all season. Michael Damagala getting this game off, resting up for the East semifinal. Blake Hayes, left-footed kicker. It's a spiral, and it's picked up by Ryan Davis at his own 43, and he'll get up to the 45, maybe the 46 or 7, and that is it. So the punt coverage team, excellent again for the Tiger Cats.
Still pretty good field position here for Caleb Evans to try to put a drive together. And this second half, this third quarter so far, really, really limited offensive success.
Ottawa trailing the game by 7. They've had 3 possessions in the third quarter and have had to punt every time. Tiger Cats defense stepping up. Here's Tom Valesi.
Too many players in the huddle. Ottawa, 5-yard penalty, first down.
Well, that's a bad start to this drive for the Redblacks.
Kind of late in the season for a too-many-men call. I suppose, you get young guys in there for this game that are, aren't used to being in. There's some personnel groups being changed up, but yeah, not the way they wanted to start off this drive as they're trying desperately to find their first offensive success of the third quarter.
That'll push the Redblacks back to their own 42. Just over 2 minutes to go in the third quarter. Tiger Cats lead 16-9. Redblacks going from left to right. Caleb Evans fakes a pitch, throws a pass to Siosi Mariner, and immediately a couple of Tiger Cats right there, including Ronheen Bingham.
Will Sunderland running up there on the tackle from his corner position, and that was a great open field tackle. I mean, just impressive. For no gain, those wide receiver screens are tough. And that was a fully exposed screen. I mean, they're throwing that ball now out to the outside with no real blockers. They're just trying to take advantage of sort of a space to that low outside zone, but Sunderland able to close the gap.
Will Sunderland, rookie out of Troy, he's wearing number 22 for the Tiger Cats, getting an opportunity at corner. He's made some nice plays in this game. Caleb Evans under pressure, and he saw Ryan Davis cutting across the middle of the field, but the pass was behind him. It's incomplete. And another punting situation for the Redblacks.
Wow. Yeah, another 2 and out there that started with a penalty as well. You know, they've got to be near 0 yards gained in this second half after that -5 yards there. And it was kind of a strange looking play. It almost looked like they weren't totally on the same page. Ryan Davis sort of slowly moving across the field, and he was the targeted receiver. But Lawrence Woods back with a chance to flip the field and change this game.
Richie Leone's punt, it's a good one. Woods drifts back to his own 19. He eludes the first tackler, gets around the second one, gets across the 30, and finally a couple of Redblacks, including Onyeka, were able to bring down Lawrence Woods.
We'll see who's going to run the offense here for the Ticats. Still looks like Dane Evans is going to take the field, and maybe, you know, I wouldn't be surprised if this is going to change after this third quarter, but kind of been a struggle of a third quarter for both offenses. Obviously, we've talked about the struggles Ottawa's had, but Ticats have been able to push down for 1 field goal. Other than that, not really much going on here for Dane and his group.
That's the only scoring of the third quarter.
We have a 10-yard misconduct foul. Hamilton, number 37.
So
first down.
Tom Valesi with the call, and Lawrence Woods took that penalty.
Obviously, he was the returner getting tackled. It was sort of a group tackle right on the Ottawa bench, and unfortunately, we're not going to get any more information than that. But a 10-yard misconduct, the whole thing's kind of strange, and sometimes you can get flagged in the CFL for what things you say on the field. I mean, there's all sorts of stuff that can happen, but not a great start for this Hamilton offense.
That'll put the ball on the Hamilton 22 to begin this drive. Play action to Sean Thomas Erlington. Dane Evans wants to step up and pass. He runs into Cleon Lang and falls down, and that will be a quarterback sack and a loss for the Tiger Cats.
Yeah, just kind of ugly looking, right? I mean, Dane, the pocket is collapsing much quicker than it seemed to do in the first half, and it's hard to really give you a scientific answer for that. But Dane definitely got flushed out to his left, and as he's spinning away, he just gets contact to the ground, and now you get a 10-yard penalty. You get a tackle for a sack for an 8-yard loss, and now you're looking at 2nd and 18, way in your own end.
Back on their own 14, Tiger Cats trying to get something done, and it's a check down to Sean Thomas Erlington. He's got the ball in his hands, and he's got some blocking in front of him, and he's brought down.
He got close. But
yeah, about the 28 or 29-yard line, but he needed the 32, so he'll be 2 or 3 yards short of the first down. It is the end of the third quarter, so we're through 3 quarters, and the Tiger Cats lead in Ottawa. It's 16-9. We will be back with the fourth quarter on the Ticats Audio Network. In Ottawa, through 3 quarters, the Tiger Cats lead 16-9. That was an exciting field goal by Seth Small to win it last week, and then Calgary's win over Saskatchewan clinched the playoffs for the Tiger Cats. This is a close game in Ottawa. Dane Evans throws over the middle. It is complete to David Ungerer. His first catch of the game, and it will gobble up a bunch of yards. It's a first down. Presented by Active Green and Ross, the Tiger Cats keep it rolling. 24-yard catch for Ungerer.
That was great, and the pocket maintained space for Dane. He stepped up with a normal motion and a really great throw to Ungerer, running a deep crossing route there in front of that safety's face.
Dane was asked this week by the media about the receivers, and out of the blue, he mentioned David Ungerer comes up with a big play every game. So does Sean Thomas Erlington, and he gets across the 35, close to the 30, and I can't see what Ottawa player it was, but he went for the strip of the football, and Sean Thomas Erlington had a great grip on it and hung on.
Great job, and I mean, Wes Hills, the combination of Wes Hills and Sean Thomas Erlington has been really effective in the last month of the Ticats season. you got to think they're going to be going into Montreal with plays lined up and packages for both of those guys.
That was big defensive lineman Kene Onyeka, 6'2", 252, tried to knock that ball loose, couldn't. Dane Evans standing in the pocket, he's gonna run, and he slides just past the 30-yard line, maybe to the 26 or 27. See where they spot that. Early fourth quarter, Tiger Cats lead by 7. Dane Evans has rushed 4 times for 9 yards. 2nd and 6 here for the Tiger Cats. The ball is on the Ottawa 28. Big play to David Ungerer. Got the Tiger Cats in scoring position. Dane Evans, he's come in the second half. He's scrambling again. Running to his right, looking downfield. Pump fakes, he's gonna run. He's across the 20, gets to the 15 and slides there. So another run from Dane Evans.
You know, and he kind of bounced around in the pocket, had to escape to his right, but he was keeping his eyes downfield. I mean, he was waiting for somebody to, make a dramatic angle in their route and try to break towards some space. Tommy Condell calls it the jazz session. When a play starts to break down, it's sort of like you have principles, but not exactly routes to run at that time. I guess like jazz. I'm no jazz musician, but that's what I'm told jazz is like. So
it's exactly like that.
There you go. But nothing going there, but good run by Dane.
Down to the Ottawa 16. Dane Evans passing. Tyler Tarnowski eyeing the end zone. He's pushed by Monchedrick Hunter, and I think he's just short. They're going to put that ball at the 1-yard line. But it is a first down presented by Active Green and Ross. The Tiger Cats keep it rolling. 1st and goal from the 1.
Tarnowski's a guy I've just loved watching this year. He's come on and made impacts in special teams as well as when he's been called to on offense. I think he seems like a tough, gritty football player who kind of does whatever he's asked to do, including covering kicks and making tackles and then just there catching out of the backfield. He's been a great Ticat, I feel like, for this 2022 year.
Jamie Newman comes in, trying for that short yardage touchdown, and he is going to be just short. Looks like he got about half a yard. So it'll be 2nd and goal. Jamie Newman picked up his 4th touchdown of the season, trying for his 5th touchdown. That would put him in 3rd spot on the Tiger Cats. 2nd and goal from the 1. Jamie Newman under center. Tiger Cats dig in. Newman goes off to the right. There it is. It's a touchdown. Jamie Newman. There is a flag.
Offside on the defense. That penalty be declined. Result of the play is a touchdown.
Tom Valencia, a little emotion in the touchdown for the Tiger Cats.
So it's an entertainment business. You gotta do your part. That's
right. Jamie Newman, the 1-yard touchdown dive, his 2nd of the game. That touchdown was driven by Enterprise Rent-A-Car, and the Tiger Cats go up 22-9, and there's a convert coming up.
Well, the second half, the MVP All-Star is the Hamilton defense. I mean, it's just been unbelievable. They've locked it down, and they've let the Hamilton offense find themselves. They got the field goal in the 3rd quarter. Now they've put together a touchdown drive, and they're sort of back at it now.
Seth Small for the convert, and it is right down the middle, 23-9. Tiger Cats lead, and there's 10:46 to go in the football game. Tiger Cats extend their lead in Ottawa, trying for a 4-game winning streak going into the playoffs. They're in good shape. 23-9, Tiger Cats lead with just over 10 minutes to go in the game. We'll be right back on the Ticats Audio Network. Tiger Cats did not have a road win until their second last road game of the season. They went into Calgary, won for the first time in eons, and trying to make it back-to-back road wins. They're going to have to win on the road in the playoffs if they're going to make it back to the Grey Cup. Ryan Davis, nice return, jumps over Grant McDonald, got across the 25, and finally brought down there by the Tiger Cats.
As Caleb Evans, they're going to do a little change here as Tyree Adams takes the field to lead the Redblacks down for the remainder of the 4th quarter, and this is it. The Redblacks, unfortunately for them, they hang it up after tonight, and you just, as a player, as you take the field here, you just put a smile on your face. You just go try to be great for one last time. It's going to be 6 months before you're able to do this again.
Redblacks are high on young Tyree Adams. Ball handed off. Gain of about 3. Brendan Galanders with the carry. 4th quarterback this season for the Redblacks. Of course, Jeremiah Masoli started the season, and who knows what would have been for the Redblacks if he didn't get injured. He was off to a great start.
Week 1 passing leader was Jeremiah Masoli, and quickly was injured, and that did it for his season. And you hope that we get to see more Jeremiah Masoli in CFL years to come.
And Ottawa, thinking back to the start of the season, really 2 games against Winnipeg. Probably could have and should have won those. Here's a nice scramble by Tyree Adams, and he completes the pass to Keaton Brugling. His 2nd catch of the game, and that'll be a first down for Ottawa, and they're getting close to midfield.
Yeah, the Ticats brought cover 0 late. They brought that blitz in from the 2nd level, and well-timed. So, I mean, an impressive job, Tyree Adams, to find that downfield.
Stayed in the pocket. Pass was a little bit behind Mariner. Cariel Brooks in good coverage. It's incomplete. Third player to throw a pass in the game for Ottawa. Of course, Caleb Evans. Now Tyree Adams, and we mustn't forget the fake punt. Richie Leone kept the drive alive in that opening half.
That's right.
For the Ottawa Redblacks, and Lewis Ward kicked one of his field goals. He's done all the scoring for Ottawa. All 3 field goals from Lewis Ward, 2 of them 50 yards or more. Tyree Adams showing he can run a little bit. He's got the first down. He's into Hamilton territory. Simone Lawrence and Richard Leonard have to combine to bring him down, but he makes it to the Hamilton 45, and it's been a while since Ottawa's been in Hamilton territory.
Yeah, I mean, and they're putting together an impressive drive here. Really great first throw of the game for Tyree Adams a couple plays ago, and then that was a really well-timed, good decision to tuck the ball away and run for the first down. Here he gets a fresh set of downs in Hamilton territory.
15-yard run for the rookie quarterback Adams. 8:25 to go in the game. Clock is running. Adams pitches it to Justin Hardy. He's trying to get to the outside, and Cam Kelly didn't let it happen. Nice tackle by Kelly right in front of the Tiger Cats sideline.
Just sound defense. I do like this style of call it run game. It's actually a pass technically. Tyree Adams it's like a volleyball set. Just catches the snap from center and just sets it in front of him and lets it just a floating air handoff kind of. But excellent job by the Ticat defense to set an edge and not let that play develop into anything.
3-yard gain. It's 2nd and 7 on the Hamilton 42-yard line. Tyree Adams in at quarterback, in the shotgun. Fakes the pass, he's scrambling, rolls to his right. He's got a wide open receiver. Darvin Adams, and he'll dive ahead and be very close to the Hamilton 15. Another good play by Tyree Adams in at quarterback for Ottawa.
Really impressive, and he cocked his arm back, throwing to his left, and it looked like he actually let the ball go. Like he really put his arm through the motion, but held on to it, and then left the pocket to his right and kept his eyes downfield. I mean, that's a really impressive play by a quarterback.
Tyree Adams, 3 for 4 for 49 yards. He's also run for 15 yards. Now the Redblacks are down to the Hamilton 17. We're in the 4th quarter. Tiger Cats are leading 23-9. That ball was tipped maybe a couple of times, winds up going incomplete.
Looked like it was to R.J. Harris as he crossed the middle there, but Tyree Adams, I mean, threw a laser beam, and you're like 10 feet from him. So that's a classic. That's a classic young quarterback. Knows the right way, knows where the ball should go, sees his guy, but just doesn't have that experience to finesse it to him right there.
Yep.
Can be frustrating as a receiver, I know, but it was the right read. I mean, he had his guy.
So now 2nd and 10 from the Hamilton 17. It's been a good drive by the young quarterback. Cover 0 for the Tiger Cats. Darvin Adams makes the catch, breaks the tackle. He's inside the 5, and finally Simone Lawrence had to catch him from behind to bring him down before He got to the end zone. So the two Adams, Tyree and Darvin, are connecting on this drive for Ottawa.
For a TD, maybe.
Oh, yes.
Not quite, actually. They're on the 1.5-yard line, but good wordplay there for the last game of the regular season.
Which is important.
The entertainment business.
Yeah, that's right.
Really impressive drive there, though. And now Caleb Evans comes back into the game here on the 1.5-yard line, but that was a great drive there by Tyree Adams.
Caleb Evans has the record for most touchdowns for a quarterback with 15. He hands off to Brendan Galanders, who gets the ball down to the 1. And now, don't you get the sense this is Caleb Evans' territory? Add to his CFL record for touchdowns for a quarterback.
Seems like it should be, and they'll have 2 chances at it if they can be penalty-free.
Tyree Adams might have the Sean Burke and the Ottawa coaching staff chatting going into next season. He's looked pretty good, at least on this drive.
Absolutely. Of all the guys who tonight was an opportunity, he's certainly taking advantage of it.
Evans, he is in. He is keeping the football. Rolls to the right. No signal yet from the officials, but there are flags on the field. So we don't have a touchdown signal yet. Tom Valesi is the referee. He'll sort things out. Officials are gathering at the Hamilton 1-yard line. Looks like they've explained the penalty to Valesi, who will convey it to us.
We have offside on Hamilton, but the result of the play is a touchdown, so it'll be declined. Touchdown.
Okay, so it is a touchdown for Caleb Evans. That's his 16th of the season, and adds to his CFL record for a quarterback. Most have been just like that. All but one have been from 2 yards or less.
I mean, this game just got kind of interesting. I mean, it's been sort of a quiet second half, and all of a sudden,
it's not over.
Tyree Adams comes up and lights it up for just a really impressive drive. Caleb Evans' touchdown finishes that. And now you're back into a 1-score game, and there's still 5 minutes left in the fourth quarter, and you know how long that's going to take to finish out. I mean, this is kind of going to be an interesting finish.
Lewis Ward just tucks that in the right upright for the convert. So it is 23-16. A 7-point lead for the Tiger Cats with 4:45 to go. We'll see if the Tiger Cats offense can answer that Ottawa score when we come back on the Ticats Audio Network. Tiger Cats in Ottawa, they lead 23-16. RJ Broadhead, Luke Tasker. Final regular season game for the Tiger Cats. They'll head off to Montreal next Sunday. That's November the 6th for the East semifinal. 4:45 to go in this game. It was looking comfortable as a Tiger Cats game has been this season, at a 23-9 score. And Tyree Adams, the rookie quarterback, comes in for Ottawa and leads to a touchdown. Caleb Evans came in the short yardage, got his 16th touchdown of the season. That was just a 7-point game. So pretty important here for the Tiger Cats to take some time off the clock, isn't it, Luke?
Absolutely, and to try to put together a successful drive, start with a great return here. But yeah, Tyree Adams, both with his legs, and with his arm, put together, I mean, an excellent drive. I mean, just making plays left and right, and finding ways to do it. When the pocket broke down, Ticats need to answer here, and you don't want to let it's meaningless, yes, in the playoff picture, but you don't want to let this game slip away. It would still mean something for this team. Ooh, that's unfortunate for the Redblacks there.
Yeah, kickoff, not very long, and went out of bounds. And Matt Schultz is coming back on the field.
So that flag on the kickoff there, RJ, and they're going to be moving this ball all the way up to almost the 50.
And Matt Schultz, he'll be on the field. We'll take a break and be right back with the dramatic finish from Ottawa. You're listening to the Ticats Audio Network. And Matt Schultz is back in the football game. He played the opening half. Dane Evans came in, played the third quarter and most of the fourth, and Schultz completes a pass over the middle to Anthony Johnson, and that'll be right near midfield, very close to a first down.
One thing you got to say about Matt Schultz is, that the pocket was collapsing. There was guys really tight to him as he released that ball, but he just, he felt comfortable standing there and to deliver that and keep his eyes downfield. And of course, that's going to end up in a quarterback sack every now and again, but he turns it into a completion then.
2nd and 4 from the Ottawa 54. It is a handoff to Sean Thomas Erlington, who goes straight ahead. He is across the Ottawa 50. It's a first down presented by Active Green and Ross. The Tiger Cats keep it rolling. Wes Hills played the opening half. Sean Thomas Erlington has come in the second half and put together some pretty good numbers, over 40 yards rushing on the ground, and receiving, he's got almost 30 yards. Ball's on the Ottawa 50. Tiger Cats lead by 7. There's 3 minutes and 10 seconds to go in the game. Getting close to the 3-minute warning. Schultz under pressure, backpedaling, and they track him down. It is Lorenzo Malden, the sacks leader in the CFL. The former Tiger Cat gets the sack on Schultz, and that pushes the Tiger Cats way back into their own territory.
That was one of those defensive rushes where...
3:03, timeout, Ottawa.
That was one of those rushes where Matt Schultz, the quarterback, gets to the end of his drop back and just has to continue to give ground. I mean, it's just right away that pressure gets into the backfield. There was not even a second for Matt Schultz to set his feet and make a throw.
So Ottawa able to call a timeout with 3:03 to go. They're only down by 7 points, and now this is a tough situation for the Tiger Cats. This will be 2nd and 22. We'll see where they spot the ball. Looks like it'll be at the Hamilton 49-yard line.
Yeah, this is back where this, actually a yard shy of where this drive started.
I think the cheerleaders didn't realize that it's not the 3-minute warning. The cheerleaders are all on the field, and they're halfway through their routine, but there's 3:03 on the clock. So,
that's great.
So was it the official? Tom Valesi went over and
he had to tell him to scram. We're trying to play football here.
Well, they either thought it was the 3-minute warning, or they didn't have confidence that the Tiger Cats would convert this 2nd and 22, as they were down in the area the Tiger Cats want ahead. Schultz completes the pass. It's Anthony Johnson, cuts to his right, tries to get back to his left, and he's tackled at midfield. It won't be enough for a first down, not even close. We are at the 3-minute warning. Come on out, cheerleaders. 2:55 to go in the game. It's 23-16 for the Tiger Cats. We'll be right back on the Ticats Audio Network. Great to have you with us, RJ Broadhead, Luke Tasker. We have 2:45 to go in the game. Tiger Cats are leading by 7 and have to punt the football away. So the Ottawa Redblacks, who have not won at home and didn't have much going in the second half till their previous drive, they got a touchdown to make it close. Davis runs out of bounds just past his 20-yard line, so it won't be great starting field position for the Redblacks, and the Tiger Cats defense needs to come up big. This is a close game.
So, and you got a note on that last drive. They get their first down, and then Lorenzo Malden has a huge sack for a loss of 11 yards. That took them out of field goal range.
Yeah.
And this is a one-score game. That a field goal would have been so important on that drive to put that back to a 2-score game, and that was a enormous defensive play and a failed drive by the Hamilton offense.
The game doesn't mean anything in the standings, but certainly the Tiger Cats would be feeling good about themselves going into the playoffs in a 4-game winning streak. Tyree Adams, he's turned into a big story in this game. Throws to his right, it's a completion to COC Mariner. And now Adams is 5 for 7. And very close to a first down, maybe about a yard short. Adams stays in, dives ahead, and he's still running with the football. He dove ahead. There was no whistle. He might have been on top of the pile and got up and ran for a few more yards. Let's see what they decide here. They're going to say that he was not down, and he jumps up and takes it to the 39-yard line.
It's a headsy play, man. I mean, he came out here ready to perform in this fourth quarter.
Tyree Adams stays in the pocket, slings another pass to Brugling. Won't be much there, just across the 40, maybe a couple of yards. 2:05 remaining in the football game. Tiger Cats have not trailed. They have not won a game this season where they've led wire to wire. Adams, another pass. This time it is not caught. It's incomplete. Again, intended for Brugling. He couldn't haul it in. Under 2 minutes to go. Final regular season game for both the Tiger Cats and the Redblacks. Redblacks have not won at home this season. In fact, going back to last season, they've lost 11 in a row at TD Place.
Field goal is not going to do it for the Redblacks. I mean, they're going to have to drive down and score a touchdown if they want to win this game. And this,
they got to go for it. 3rd and 7 from their own 42. Does Adams have some more magic? He's going to run it. He gets across the 45. And we'll see where they spot this. He needed to get to the 49-yard line. He's going to be very close. If he didn't get there, that's it. They turn the ball over, and it looks like he is short.
So still 1:51 left. I mean, you've got to still move the ball down the field if you want to end this game with the ball in your hands as a Ticats. But that's a great turnover on downs there when they really needed it. I mean, Tyree Adams was, he really had an impressive fourth quarter.
He was close, though. That was about a half a yard short.
And
he's 3rd down.
He's running just in a way. I mean, he's doing anything he can to, it was really impressive effort.
So you said it, Luke, just under 2 minutes to go, 1:51, and Hamilton takes the football on the Ottawa 48. Matt Schultz in at quarterback again. Hands off to Sean Thomas Erlington, dances to his right, cuts back to his left, and he'll get a gain of a couple of yards.
Well, the storyline this week is going to be what are the Ticats going to do as they enter the playoffs with their quarterback situation.
So what do you think?
Well, Matt Schultz back in the game here. That's strange again. I mean, we didn't expect to see Dane in the 3rd quarter, and I didn't expect to see Matt Schultz again either. So,
right.
Who knows? Dane's still clearly not 100% with the thumb on his throwing hand. I don't know, a lot of moving pieces here.
2nd and 8 for the Tiger Cats. Matt Schultz looks left, looks like he's going to run. Tried to cut up the middle. Now he's backtracking. The Ottawa Redblacks have brought him down at about the Hamilton 51-yard line. So Ottawa will get this football back.
Ottawa timeout.
Another timeout here for the Redblacks.
They took off 30 seconds off the clock there. Still 1:21 left. And again, just like their last drive, they were flirting with field goal range. You almost think Seth Small was maybe in a makeable position prior to that, and that was a tackle for a loss there. 2 drives in a row where you maybe take yourself out of that range. I mean, it's really, you got to avoid that kind of those negative yardage right as you cross into your opponent's territory.
No, you didn't have anything else there.
Here's interesting too, Luke. Blake Hayes in his first CFL game. This is bit of a tricky punt, and he was talking to Orlando Steinauer on the sideline, getting some information on what to do. So Hayes standing on his own 47, punts the football high in the air. It's a good punt. Taken by Davis at his own 6-yard line and tackled at the 10. It's Gordon White, who in the spirit of Halloween is now walking like a zombie. It's a great tackle on special teams. Gordon White, another one of those unsung heroes for the Tiger Cats.
Yeah, he is.
Never an issue in the long snapping, and he's made some good tackles on special teams.
During the return, illegal block. Ottawa number 44. Half the distance to the goal. It'll be a 1st down.
Ottawa's taken a few poor penalties in this game. This will push them back even further.
It is a great open field tackle there by Gordon White. Long field to drive, 1:12 seconds left. Still down by 7. I'm sure we'll see Tyree Adams put together another drive here.
We'll see what he can do. The rookie has been good for the Redblacks. Ottawa has to start from their own 5. They're down by 7, and there's just over a minute to go. Adams, standing in his own end zone, completes a pass over the middle to R.J. Harris. He'll get across the 15, close to the 20, but it's enough for an Ottawa first down. Minute 6 to go in the game. Tyree Adams trying to call the play. R.J. Harris moves to the right of Adams. The ball is snapped. Adams under pressure, and he is sacked. He is sacked by Trey Crawford. One of those rookies on the defensive line. A lot of the regular defensive linemen getting the night off for the Tiger Cats, but Trey Crawford trying to cement his spot on the postseason roster.
Oh yeah, that's big too. It was a loss of 9 yards or so there, and big second down here.
Second and 18. Adams standing on his own goal line. Has to go with a check down to Darvin Adams and Tunde Adeleke. Lawrence Woods combine for a strong tackle right near the 20-yard line. Ottawa needs to get to the 27-yard line for the first down, so it'll be a 3rd and 8. 43 seconds on the clock. The clock is running. Hamilton leads by 7. Pass over the middle, and it is knocked down. Couple of Ticats diving to knock that away from R.J. Harris. And Cam Kelly celebrating.
Another turnover on downs in this 4th quarter, and the Hamilton defense. Tyree Adams put together one very impressive drive at the beginning of this 4th quarter, and other than that, the entire second half was dominated by the Hamilton defense. They just had an unbelievable game. And that bodes well as they enter the postseason, especially with a lot of young guys stepping up and making a difference. You know, you see, they record a sack here on this last drive, and
Cam Kelly almost picked that off. Simone Lawrence was also diving for it, and you know he had to be thinking maybe if he got an interception that would allow him to tie for the league lead. He has 5. And this should be it. Matt Schultz takes a knee. The clock will continue to run, and the Tiger Cats up by 7, unless something out of this world happens. Tiger Cats are going to win their 4th straight and go into the playoffs as the hottest team in the CFL on a 4-game winning streak. You don't want to play the team that's playing the best in the postseason, and another knee being taken by Schultz, and Ottawa kind of jumped across the line a little aggressively, and that didn't sit well with Stephen Dunbar. And he started pushing. Cleon Lang came in, the big defensive lineman for Ottawa, and things are continuing. Now there's players on the ground, and Dunbar's in the middle of it again, and the Tiger Cats just have to walk away from this. Ottawa's season is over. Tiger Cats have something big to play for.
that's right. The Ticats have to be careful, and Stephen Dunbar Jr. was in the middle of it. It was, you know, it's the last plays of their season, and unnecessary, but also, you know, that's the way it goes, and a little bit too aggressive there for the Redblacks, and some retaliation. The last thing they need is for a punch to get thrown and then a Ticat to have to miss a game or whatever happens.
Exactly. And there's not an official on the field that still had his flag in his pocket. Yellow flags all over the field. Here's Tom Valesi with the call.
We have misconducts. Ottawa number 4, Hamilton number 8. We're going to play the ball right here, and we're going to run the clock.
In other words, guys, come on. The game's done. The ball goes right here. Take a knee. Let's put this one to bed. So one more knee will do it for the Tiger Cats. They didn't have a road win until a couple of weeks ago in Calgary, and now it's back-to-back road wins for the Tiger Cats. They've won 4 in a row going into the postseason, and they are red hot, the hottest they've been, as they get set for the East semifinal November the 6th, next Sunday in Montreal. Tiger Cats a solid game in Ottawa. They'll need the confidence on the road, so those 2 big road wins. But Luke, I'm curious, did this game bring up more questions than answers in a couple of positions for the Tiger Cats?
Potentially, yeah, and it was certainly like a lot of their recent wins. Not a perfect game, you know. They're not firing on all cylinders in a sense, but they won 5 of their last 6 football games. Beat some really good teams. They started off this season 1-5,
yeah,
and now they went 5-6 at the last stretch here. So they found a way to win. They are, if nothing else, they're resilient, and it's impressive. They've gutted out victories, and now they're going in to have a chance at the tournament for a Grey Cup. And yeah, RJ, to your point, there's some things they're going to have to make decisions on, and as they enter the week of prep for Montreal.
Time now for the Access Storage recap of the game. Score a touchdown with affordable storage. Access Storage has flexible storage solutions at a store near you. Try 4 weeks free. Details at accessstorage.ca. In this game, we knew it didn't mean anything in the standings, but it certainly helps the Tiger Cats going in on a 4-game winning streak. Still some aggressiveness, looks more so from the Ottawa side, but Tiger Cats are wise just to let all this other stuff go by. Patrick Nelson, he was a Tiger Cat to start this season. I go back to training camp, Luke, and he was getting into it with Don Jackson, if memory serves, and Don Jackson wasn't very happy with him. So Nelson's not afraid to mix it up a little bit, and now a Redblack kind of giving it to his former team, but the Tiger Cats get the last laugh. How are you feeling about the Tiger Cats going into the postseason?
Well, there's no telling what these Tiger Cats can do to win a game. I mean, they've found ways every which way, but the thing that's been consistent is this Hamilton Tiger Cat defense, and tonight was no different. I mean, it was a really, really impressive display, especially in that second half. I mean, the third quarter, the Redblacks recorded 4 consecutive 2-and-outs.
Yes.
That was the third quarter for the Redblack offense. And yes, Tyree Adams came in and put together a nice fourth quarter drive, but the Hamilton defense, if they are going to be Grey Cup champions, it'll be the defense that is the anchor for this unit. And if they can find some consistency, get their starters back in the mix to take the field in Montreal, you never know. I mean, this team might make a run at it. RJ, you and I were talking earlier. The teams that are really in the race here, the ones that you're talking about, you have to beat Montreal, you have to beat Toronto. Really good chance you'd end up playing Winnipeg or Calgary. Of course, BC's there too, but the Ticats have beat every team in the tournament except for BC, which was a very close game and very early on. But they beat Calgary, they beat Winnipeg, and of course they've beaten Toronto, Montreal once each. So you never know what's going to happen, and they're sitting in as good a position as anyone could expect as a third-place team to have a chance.
Well, the Tiger Cats stuck with it. They finished the regular season at 8-10, good enough for third spot in the East Division. They head to Montreal next Sunday, November the 6th, for the East semifinal, and we'll have that game for you on the Ticats Audio Network. The final in Ottawa, Tiger Cats beat the Redblacks 23-16. Tiger Cats postgame with Bubba O'Neill and Andy Fantuz is coming up next. For our executive producer, Peter McEwen, our technical operator, Michael Steyer, and for Luke Tasker, I'm RJ Broadhead. Thanks for listening to Hamilton Tiger Cats football on the Ticats Audio Network.
Ticats Audio Network.